Right now, we're going to first talk about reducing a fraction. Sometimes they call it reducing a fraction to lowest terms. There are lots of different procedures. This is one way that I like to do, because we've done so many problems of breaking up numbers into their prime factorizations. I like to go with that skill first. See how I broke down the 16, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then I'm going to break the 24 down. Okay. The reason I like this method is because it leaves nothing to the imagination. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. And that leaves us with 2 over 3. Point blank, you can see exactly there's nothing left in common. Let's take a look at another example. 15 is really 3 times 5. 32, I believe that's a whole bunch of 2's here being multiplied together. And again, this is one of the nice advantages to having this. You see that there is nothing in common. Nothing can get divided out. So that is it. That's already in lowest terms. Now, the opposite of reducing is building up. Let's say you have 3/5 and you want to make it so many 45ths. Well, we're going to really multiply by a fancy form of 1, which means what we multiply the bottom by, we're going to multiply the top number by as well. That's usually denominator and numerator. All right. Now, 9 times 5 is 45. Where'd I get that number? From the old memory bank. You have to remember those multiplication facts because they turn into division facts when you flip them around. 5 goes into 45 9 times. That gives you the missing multiplication fact. 9 times 5 is 45. So that means the numerator is going to have to multiply it by 9 as well. So 27 45ths. Again, notice how sometimes we could start with this form and then have to reduce down to this. Sometimes you want to start with the reduced form and build up. Sometimes you need it to have a certain denominator. This kind of situation sometimes freaks people out when you have a whole number. Well, you can put it as, in this case, 6 over 1, and we want to change it into so many eighths. Again, this really doesn't have to be difficult, but it can look really creepy because 1 times 8 would have to give you the 8. That's the missing piece that we're going to have to multiply by the numerator, again, to make things equal. So 48 out of 8 is the same thing as if we had reduced a plain old 6. So again, if you saw this and asked to reduce, you take 8 into 48 and you get 6. Or if you have 6, you can multiply both by 8 and then get that new form. So you want to make sure, just like with any car, you want to be able to go in frontward, forward, and reverse. You always want to make sure to go in both directions. All right? Keep practicing. You can do it.